In this video, I'm going to talk about some sensitive mental health issues, specifically the lies that we tell ourselves and how they destroy us in the long term. If you've got all of your shit figured out and you're living life to the fullest, then seriously, that's fucking awesome and I'm genuinely happy for you. But this video is not for you. If, however, you're telling people that you're happy, knowing deep down inside that that's not true, then this video might be triggering for you and possibly you're not in the right headspace to watch it yet. But then again, maybe you are. I'll let you and your conscience be the judge. How long have you been feeding yourself and others these bullshit lines? A year, 2 years, 5, or even more? You're not figuring things out. We tell ourselves that we're in a decision-making process. We justify it saying that we're weighing our options, gathering information, and being thoughtful and responsible. There's a difference between not knowing what to do and knowing exactly what to do, but being terrified to take the plunge. That job you hate, the relationship that you know is over, the passion project that you keep putting off until the timing is right. We maintain the current state, not because it's any good, but because changing requires admitting that we know what needs to happen. So we act like we don't know, and we perform the role of this lie that surrounds us. We act like we're still figuring it out, but we're not figuring it out. We're stalling, circling in a holding pattern of lies. Maybe the lie is so powerful that you don't even believe what I'm telling you right now. But let's find out if maybe you do already know that you're stalling. Maybe your body knows and you start to feel tired sometime around Saturday night before you're confronted with the inevitability of being forced to deal with the work and all of the bullshit in your week ahead. Your body is just reacting and telling you that something is fundamentally wrong, but you've become really good at ignoring that. Your imagination knows, and sadly, you may seem to have stopped caring about things that used to matter to you. You fantasize about getting sick or injured, so you'd have a legitimate reason to not show up. When a meeting gets canceled and you feel immediate relief, you know, and time knows. You can pinpoint exactly when it changed, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever it was. You remember that moment when things shifted. You've been saying, one more year. For multiple years now. You don't make long-term plans that involve this job, this relationship, this situation, because deep down, you don't believe that you'll still be there. These aren't signs that you need to figure something out. These are signs that you've already figured it out, but are refusing to acknowledge it. And hearing me say it probably annoys you. So why in the hell do we fucking do this to ourselves? Why do we pretend? Because as long as we're deciding, it makes it feel like we don't have to act. As long as we can say, I'm still figuring it out, we don't feel a sense of urgency to have to do anything at all. The performance of uncertainty is a shield and a prison. We tell ourselves we're being responsible by taking the time, and we build these sophisticated justification systems in our mind to make it okay. I can't do the thing until I save some more money, or I'll get to it when this big project is done. I need to perfect the plan first. Effective plans are inspired by people who took action with no clue how to do what they were doing. And once they figured out all the ways not to do the thing, somebody probably made a handbook or a plan around that. And even the very best plans, they have to change over time in order to be of any value. So life is full of challenges, all of them very real. Mortgages need to be paid. Projects have real-world deadlines, and yet somehow there are people who thrive despite them. Challenges are painful to overcome, and our threshold for pain may seem to be here until shit happens, and shit always happens. And isn't it amazing that when life dishes out more than we thought we could take, somehow magically we seem to be able to rise to the occasion? The pain of staying in a shitty situation is familiar. The pain of leaving is uncertain. And we often choose familiar pain over unfamiliar pain out of fear. Every day that we continue pretending, we pay a price. And the cost is the erosion of our self-trust. Every time we ignore what we know to be true, we're teaching ourselves that knowing something doesn't matter, and that we can't trust our own judgment, that our gut instinct is somehow wrong. And then years go by and we wonder, why can't we even make a fucking decision anymore? Why does everything feel so damn hard? It's because we've spent years training ourselves not to listen to that inner voice anymore, to our true selves, and we sacrifice so much time in the process. The things that we don't do will haunt us much more than the things that we did wrong. Imagine somebody that you deeply love, a son or a daughter or a lifelong friend, and they come to you with a problem, and they describe every detail, the physical exhaustion, the resentment that won't go away, and they ask you, should I stay or should I go? What would you say? Would you tell someone that you love to stay in that situation? Or would you tell them to leave, that they deserve better, that life is too short to be that miserable? And why would you think that it's okay to answer yourself any differently? What if you talked to yourself the same way that you would talk to someone you actually care about? Now, I'm not trying to tell you to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not trying to tell you to blow up your relationship overnight. You don't have to make a drastic move tomorrow. But we do need to be honest, today and every day. The moment that we stop performing uncertainty, everything changes. The energy that we were using to maintain those lies becomes available. The internal conflict starts to resolve, and we can finally begin to prepare for what's next. Still with fear, but facing it, because we're working from the truth, not from a performance. Then there can be an actual plan. Save money, set a timeline, take that first honest step. But we can't do any of that while we're still pretending that everything is okay. If I was able to do it, absolutely you can do it too.